Hello YouTube, welcome to Bub's World. I'm your host Bub, and today we're going to get into a short little haul. I have a few books that I picked up. Two of them are from Instagram live sales, separate sales, and then one of them is an eBay auction win. So let's see how I did.
You're watching Bub's Comics, Bub.
All right, so I tried to get most of my books. I've been dipping my toe into this Instagram auction stuff. I only have a couple of sellers that I stick with. So I try not to just sign on to every live sale that goes on, trying to save some money and, you know, be prepared for more books at conventions. So I really wasn't trying to buy a bunch of books at these live sales, but sometimes there's a couple of sellers on there where Golden Age is just coming through the pipeline and I can't help myself. So I picked up a few books. So without further ado, let's make me small and get to the haul. Yo! All right. So real quick, this seller is someone that I bought from before. His name is Stray Flexin on Instagram. He was doing a live sale. I want to say through, it might have been through Comics Elite. I feel like it was Comics Elite 11 or whatever their name is. So I was checking that out and I was like, you know what? I'm going to be meeting him soon in Dallas. Won't it be nice if I buy a book from him before I get there? Another one more recently. I think the last time I bought a book from him, pretty sure it's been like 4 years. So, so you know, let's keep the wheels going here and see what we come up with. So first up, we have Witch's Tales, which is appropriate because we're all over the holiday season. So Witch's Tales number 6. You say Witchin' Tales. No, that's like a Kentucky slang, like Witchin' Tales or dem. No, this is Witch's Tales, weird yarns of unseen terrors. Witch's Tales, we dare you to read these eerie tales of supernatural horror. Look at that. Got a little red dress distress here. In this issue, Servants of the Tomb, the thing that grew. I've got a sign like that up here. No, anyway. Look at that. You got the witch in the background. You got the spider hanging down. Look at that. You got skulls. What's not to like about this? That skull even has eyes still. Isn't that creepy? And she's getting, looks like basically buried alive, which a lot of people, look, it's got a hangman's noose here on this one. So at some point you have to be looking at these and wondering what's not to like about this book. I mean, I don't care what subgenre of collector you are, because there's lots out there. There's lots of different kinds. So if you're, especially in Golden Age. So in Golden Age, a lot of people are really after these types of covers that have bondage. Okay. You got bondage there. You got red dress. What do you collect? Spiders. There's a spider up there. What do you collect? Witches maybe, or bats, cobwebs? What are you into? Definitely skulls. There's tons of skeletons, full skeletons and skulls. You got a noose cover. Some people collect those. You know, what are you missing here that you're not getting in this book? Nothing I can think of. So this one's pretty cool. I had to pick this one up. Thanks, Janet, for giving me such a great deal. I'm super happy with it. And I'll see you in a month or so in Dallas. So very excited to have that. I love it. All right. Next up, another seller that I buy from frequently. I'll mess up the name, but it's like TFV or Comics Pressing or something like that. I don't know. They do a couple of live streams a week. And they have like new comic book day live stream where they're doing sales of new recent books that just came out. Then they also mix in some older books with those as well. And I feel like it's Fridays or something. They'll do a sale that is, or Thursday maybe, or sometimes Tuesday, I know, and sometimes Monday. So whatever. They do a sale of these collections that they pick up, and there's always some Golden Age. Now, it's not a Golden Age focused sale like Stray Flexin was, but it is enough Golden Age to keep me watching. So I have to be careful because often where other people are buying 1 book, 2 books, 3 books, and they're all putting it on the same shipping, chances are I'm only going to buy 1 or maybe 2 books at the most. but I'm probably not buying, you know, multiple books to where the shipping makes sense. So I have to be careful with that. But their shipping's always good and I've never had a problem, so it's kind of worth it. So I picked up this All Famous Police Cases, True Cases from Crime Files. And a lot of you will note the LB Cole on this. So just a great classic LB Cole kind of destruction cover here. And what you find often, now first time I saw this book, I believe DS Comics showed it off on one of our No Faces chats. Look at that. I love it. LB Cole. One of the distinctive features of LB Cole is when you see fire and smoke, he likes to do that black, that deep, rich, heavy black in his fire and smoke. See right there, that black, just deep, rich black coming through all there. That's a hallmark of LB Cole. This is a little gangster story. True Cases from Crime Files, Police Cases. All Famous Police Cases, number 6. So 2 issue number 6s in a row. Hey, how about that? A couple of 10 centers in a row, so we're definitely all in the same time frame here. Death and Destruction, LB Cole. I love it. There's a little LB Cole signature. Oh, no, it isn't. I thought it was there in the paint there. Let's see. Oh, there it is. At the base of the lamppost. Very cool. Breaking the glass. Guy's flying out. His hat's gone. That's it. You're not getting that hat back, Indiana. Look at that. Poor gangster. That's rough stuff. Like the white walls. Getting shot at by the cops. Nice cityscape in the background. I mean, it's just the little things that make this so awesome. Look at the lines that they put on that lamppost. It would have been so easy for LB Cole just to draw just a colored shape of a lamppost, but he took the time to put in all those lines, stretch them out, really give it some cylindrical shape to give it that 3-dimensional look. I mean, you really believe that that's a full 3D circle, not just some drawn box. Outstanding. Doors flying off. Man, this guy is in for a rough time, isn't he? Really rough stuff. So I really dig that. I love stuff like this, you know. I dig stuff like this. My LB Cole collection, it's neither here nor there. It's not a huge collection. It's not like a ginormous you know, LB Cole, like everything LB Cole, but I do have an LB Cole signature, which is super rare. I don't know that I've ever seen another one, but I'm sure that they're out there. But I do have an LB Cole signature in the collection, so it makes sense to have a few more LB Cole stuff. And some of my Grail books I have some LB Coles listed there, so tough to come across this stuff affordably. And sometimes these auctions are some of the best ways to get them, because you know, this particular auction group I was watching, they're slashing prices, you know, and so I'm waiting and you know, if the price isn't exactly what I want, maybe I make an offer and try and work it down. And, you know, after you build a rapport with the sellers and you buy from them a few times, it's easier to make deals because they know, well, you know, he's going to keep watching. So we'll keep helping him out and he'll keep buying stuff. So what more can you ask for? Okay. Next up, I have an eBay purchase, an eBay auction win. So this one was stressing me out. And so first I have to preface it by saying that what I've been doing is, you guys know I'm working on this Planet Comics run, right? So anytime you're collecting Golden Age and you're trying to go for a run, super difficult. This is not for the faint of heart. Any of you Golden Age collectors out there, I don't recommend you go for a run. And if you do, it is fun, it's rewarding, but don't do it right away. If you're just starting in Golden Age, see what you like, collect a lot of different stuff, pick stuff up on the cheap when you can, and then see how you feel about it in your collection and say, you know what, I need more of this, or you know what, I'm good with just this. But going after runs can be a real tricky situation because you're gonna hit books that are just so impossibly hard to find and to come up with. So for me, I have kind of learned that there's a couple of ways to cheat on this, and you guys know I'm always looking for a way to get around spending a bunch of money on books. So what I found was that, and now I'm okay with married covers. I'm okay. You know, it's nicer when the book is complete, but if it's a complete interior missing the cover of a book that I want, and most of these books are cover buys for me. So if it's an interior book missing the cover, I'm not going to buy that. That doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't help me. It's not a book I'm after at that point. But if it's a cover only, especially if it's a complete cover, front and back together, then I will buy that. If it's a book that I really want, or if it's in a run that I'm trying to collect, I will buy the cover only. And I have several of them in my collection. And then I look for the interior after that. And if I can find the interior, I'll marry them together. And to me, that's a complete book now, and I'm happy most of the time. So I have several in my Planet Comics run that are just covers, especially some of the harder to find books. So this next book was a book that I already own the cover to, and now I've purchased the full interior, and now I have a complete copy of Planet Comics 39. So now this is a Lily Renee cover, very difficult to come by at a reasonable price. And I would say all together for this book, I have probably about $125 in this book altogether. I ended up winning the auction for the, I feel like I purchased the cover for anywhere between 70 and $80. And it was complete cover front and back. And I purchased the book that's inside of it right now for, I think, like $43. And man, was I sweating in eBay. I mean, it was driving me. There's no way I thought I was going to win this. I just kept, you know, I was so nervous, and I ended up winning it, and I couldn't believe it. But that's my goal. So the reason I don't pick up the book only is because it's never going to satisfy me. So I'm putting money towards something that is never going to make me happy unless I find the cover. Whereas if I get the cover only, that already makes me happy to a degree, because I get to appreciate the cover art, and that's kind of what I was after anyway. So I'm already after it. I'm already happy with it. So then getting the interior is just icing on the cake and really makes it a complete book and makes me happy. So that's why I go in that direction. I have bought some interiors first, and I bought some interiors with reproduction covers, and they just don't satisfy me. For whatever reason, that it's not enough. Especially the repop covers. The ones that have the repop covers, they still feel like a hole in my collection. So, but when I go this route, cover first, interior next, I'm generally happy. And this Lily Renee cover, I mean, this Planet 39 and this nice of a color cover especially usually goes for several $100s. So I'm very lucky to have been able to put this together and have this happen in the manner that I was after. Now, as you can see, they don't match up. So what does that mean? That probably means that the cover was cut. Maybe it's trimmed in some way. But it is, and in the golden age, the print runs and the productions are very, they changed wildly, you know? So different cuts, even in the same book, that can have different sizes, which is why it's generally so easy to detect a golden age book that's married to its cover, because they just don't match up. The staples are in wild places. Sometimes a book comes through with 2 staples or 1 staple, and then sometimes you have size differences like this. Now, I don't actually think that the top is too trimmed, but I do think the top is probably trimmed some. It probably had some broken up pieces up at the top, and somebody thought it would sell better if they just cut it. And at that point, when you're buying a cover only, does it really matter? So, but I'm happy with this the way it is. I will probably attach it at some point, and I don't know that I'll ever send it off to be graded, because I mean, what would it be? It would be a purple label for sure. And you know, I might grade it, but I don't know. I'm really happy with the way it is, and I just love it. I just absolutely love it. So Death Webs at Zenith, featuring Mista of the Moon, also Star Pirate, Space Rangers, and many others. Lily Renee doing fantastic work on this. Super happy to have that. Planet Comics number 39. Thank you. Well, that's it. So I appreciate you all stopping by. A little long-winded today to just go through 3 books, but I thought it was worth it. And so I'll tell you to, of course, collect your comics. Dip your toe into other ways to buy comics, because it makes it keeps it interesting, makes it more fun. Doesn't feel. My least favorite way to buy a book is a buy it now on eBay. Like, that's my least favorite way to buy a book. Auctions are fun. Set rules for yourself. Don't go over budget, but auctions are fun. So get into it. Buy it now. Sales are fun. You know, find some sellers you trust and try it out. And, you know, that's my tip to you. And also to read a comic and don't ever apologize for the glare. Bye-bye.
Now subscribe, you egg-sucking pieces of gutter trash. Now.